Dianxi Xiaoge, one of top Chinese YouTubers who is providing with all kinds of delicious food, a rustic village lifestyle, and her pets' lovely stories, has more than 8 million followers worldwide. In every video, she will introduce one kind of plant or one cooking method and serve her whole family a table of delicious food. According to herself, only in 3 months, more than 100,000 followers have subscribed her channel at the very earliest stage, and very soon herself has become the cooker star. So why? Why could Dianxi Xiaoge become so popular? In this video, let's discover it from Chinese culture perspective. Ready? Go! Rich natural resources in Yunnan province. In Chinese, Dianxi Xiaoge means a little brother in West Yunnan province. The reason why this female host Apenjie created this brand name, as herself once explains, is that she comes from there and her authentic personality is more like a boy than a girl. In China, not every province is like Yunnan, so unique, natural, and multicultural. Why? Let's look at its geo advantage. The look is in southern west, yep, the same part but more southern than where Li Ziqi, another top Chinese YouTuber, lives. If you watch my another video about Li Ziqi, you will know their differences. And it borders other southern East Asian countries, such as Vietnam, Laos, and Myanmar. Especially her hometown, Baoshan City, locates west and borders Myanmar. Although it evaluates more than 1,600 meters high, you probably can't spot it from her videos. This height is relatively moderate compared with other areas in Yunnan province. Yep, the whole Yunnan province is with high land. Even the very north area, where it's next to Tibet, can reach more than 350 meters high. So, usually people there are largely sun-exposed, and their skins appear relatively dark than those living in plains in west part of China. As you can spot in her videos, the father, the grandpa, little brother Aho, and other laborious people in farming fields. But surprisingly, Apenjie herself is an exceptional. Her skin looks relatively whitened than others. Oh! She has always been protecting herself with her hat so well outdoors, wherever she goes. See? In mountains, by rivers, on streets, and in forests. Yep, landscapes in Yunnan are so diverse. Believe it or not, the highest mountain in northern Yunnan province is 6,740 meters high. Not the one in her videos, but she showed snow mountains in her videos for several times. See, this one and this one. Although herself lives in southern west part, you will always see many hills and mountains around her village. And if you notice enough, her home lives on the half of hills actually. Due to its low latitude, Yunnan province had a mild, subtropical highland climate with short, mild, dry winters and warm, rainy summers, which allow a large variety of plants to grow vibrantly. So people always say it is the heaven of vegetation and of agriculture. Quinoa, rubber tree, coconut, lemon, avocado, pomelo, wasabi, fungus, cherries, peaches, water bamboo shoots, papaya, mango, lychees, and so many more. More excitingly, it seems that her list will never end. In fact, the richness of plants in Yunnan province is so unbelievable that if without Apenjie's constant performances, many Chinese even have no idea some local plants and local dishes. For example, pangong vegetables, aerogym, and fish meat. As a Chinese from northern China, it's my first time to know them. plus Chinese onion. What? We have onion in Chinese version? Ding! And the pig fist can cook in this way? Oh my god! Also, because of such climate, hardly could you see any big snow in her videos, even in winter season during November to next January. Usually in Chinese Spring Festival, the Chinese Lunar New Year, the weather is supposed to be coldest. But even then, people in her videos are not required to wear any heavy jackets or down jackets. Even they can eat their dinners outdoors as usual. How amazing! I'm so jealous at what the good climate brings to their lifestyles. On the other hand, there are 25 million peoples collectively living in Yunnan province, about 50% of total 56 peoples in whole China. Such diverse ethnic groups are living with colorful cultures. Many million peoples inherited their traditional customs, rituals, and food culture. For example, in this video, Apenjie joins and shows how Naxi people make their rice meals for Lunar New Year. And in another video, she cooked a big beautiful meal from Dai people culture. Overall, Apenjie has become a food culture ambassador of Yunnan. No wonder she goes different local places and creatively bring a food map of Yunnan. Why can't see anything like hers in Chinatown? Because the most food and cultural things there you see basically from very South China, Guangdong and Fujian provinces, where Chinese immigrants go abroad and settle down overseas, earliest in history. So please don't misunderstand the partial as the whole. But believe me, very soon food and cultures from Yunnan province will go abroad as well, because nobody will dislike them, right? Authentic rural life. Another obvious reason why many foreign fans love Dianxi Xiaoge is that there are always rustic and authentic rural things in her videos. Usually she won't make up too much and won't wear fabulous clothes except traditional local costumes for some times. She just appears what she looks like in daily life. Besides herself, she also shows you an authentic rural lifestyle in her village in China. A simple house with a simple garden, a lovely dog with other livestock. What's more, a typical rural family relationship. For example, in every video, Apenjie herself completes a table of dishes and other family members of family come to eat together, especially grandma and grandpa and the little brother Ahao. Such family structure is quite common in modern China for now because in process of urbanization, the elders, women, and children are left over in rural areas. Whereas parents' generation are missing because they have to migrate to cities for making more money. In one video, Apenjie mentions how those leftover elderly and children remind her of her own childhood. But this is not a sad story, at least around Apenjie. As a grown-up woman in her extended family for now, she takes more responsibilities to both take care of grandparents and the small brother Ahao. She serves others to eat and she tried her best to make people around happy. And this is the most valuable virtue on her, and how she could organize people with kindness and compassion. Furthermore, you often see how rural people help each other for exchanging food materials. Apenjie comes to other neighbors or farmers' home to pick up, or to exchange, or to ask help for searching for raw materials. As rewards, helpers will receive exchangeable goods or they are invited to come to eat meals at Apenjie's together. Unlike people living differently in cities, Chinese rural people are more friendly and warm-hearted to each other, and they like to socialize closely together in daily life. Cities or countryside, it's hard to access where people live better. But for Dawang, the naughty pet of Apenjie, open countryside and flowing rivers are definitely more attractive for him. Chinese food culture. Unlike Li Ziqi, Apenjie doesn't record and show the process of how plants grow from seeds to the grown. Instead, she provides more about how to harvest food materials, how to cook, and how to share and serve family members to eat happily. In China, food culture is heavily rooted in almost every Chinese family, and it has become a cultural meme, passing down from generation to generation for thousands of years. For Chinese who usually behave in low profile and politely, food is an original and powerful social media. I didn't mean this social media online. I mean, food helps Chinese people to settle down, to gather together, to chat, to laugh, to socialize, to shape social circles, and to enhance social bonds. Bar culture? No. Bars only existed in cities, not in countryside. Also, since China has a historical and a rich food culture, every plant or meat can be cooked in many different ways. As you have seen, every vegetable, fruit, flower, fungus, meat can be cooked with many other ingredients and seasons into different beautiful dishes. In my view, delicious dishes have become a valuable social currency which attract people to come around and taste. Who wanted to be the guest of Apenjie like me? Give me a thumb up, let me know! And if you wonder why China has a so rich food culture, subscribe to my channel. I will deliver you the answer later.